Good morning, folks. We're starting with those solar tornadoes we saw yesterday. There was no release, but there was a shift and structural breakdown of the filaments. Before we go to space weather, top news of the day was beneath our feet as the last part of the coronal holes faced Earth. First, one of the OLR anomalies from yesterday watched Mount Aso erupt in a puff to say hello. Then, not within the home run 24-hour window we want, but 2 days after Pakistan and nearby areas had a strong anomaly, a 7.2 has struck Tajikistan. Luckily, their capital was 400 miles away. The rest of the seismicity yesterday was concentrated near the Solomon Islands and nearby territories. They had the top OLR anomaly last night. Back to the sun. We're seeing those coronal holes. Finally, the end of this massive opening. The important notes on our star right now mostly involve plasma filaments and sunspots on the incoming paths. They have dared not test the Earth-facing quiet effect just yet. Solar flaring remains low, but in another couple of days these guys aren't going to have a choice but to look Gaia right in the eye. Back at Earth, the top story is the solar wind. Speed continued up and we're in the throes of the stream now. Only a level 1 storm was produced yesterday, but more is expected as the stream will be impacting for days. Quick reminder, folks, strictly by the numbers, there were actually more daily cold records broken from 2011 to 2014 than there were heat records. And late last year, I and pretty much everyone else predicted El Nino would completely reverse that trend. Well, it was half right. Folks, pretty much every day now you find heat records falling in twice, 3 times, up to 10 times as fast as the cold records. But one thing has not changed, the worst of it. Despite the domination in number of the heat records, the worst cold records are 50, 100 to 300% worse than the worst heat records broken at the same time. Climate extremes to both sides. Anyway, as a bunch of you have already figured out, the next shipment of our book is on the way. Hardcover of Observing the Frontier sold out last week, but they can be pre-ordered again now that the second shipment is coming. The second round of books won't arrive to me until the end of the month, so delivery won't be until early 2016. And alas, same limited number available this time because I only have so much room for boxes and books with an infant crawling around. Anyway, folks, speaking of Observing the Frontier, expect the social portion of our upcoming conference to be set in stone in the next few days. And until then, head over and check out the lineup and schedule of talks. Topics are also coming soon, and there's a lot of ways to get discounts, folks. Read the page. Top storm alerts are in the U.S. Northwest, Storm Desmond in Europe, and a new system building itself up in the Indian Ocean. We've also got wind and temperature maps from the ground to the stratosphere and shots of our star to close. It's 6:15 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's the news. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.